The Infinite Monkey Theorem is a thought experiment that suggests that if a monkey is typing keys at random on a typewriter or a keyboard, how long would it take for it to come up with a complete work of Shakespeare? And in this video, we are going to discuss this thought experiment and much more. We are going to begin with a very simple example where the monkey is going to type the word banana. After all, monkeys love bananas. Now, banana consists of 6 characters, which means there are 6 spaces which are to be filled. And assuming that the typewriter has 50 keys, we can easily equate that at each place there could be 50 possible combinations. And if we just calculate the permutation or the probability of monkey coming up with the exact word banana, the possibility is 1 in 15 billion. This time, let's consider the monkey is going to produce the novel Hamlet by Shakespeare. Now, Hamlet contains roughly 130,000 characters, including spaces and punctuations, which means that the monkey would have to come up with the exact combination of these characters in the same order. The possibility or the probability of monkey producing the exact combination of characters is like finding a particular grain of sand in the entire universe. Now, with this probability in front of us, and speaking of universe, let's switch gears and talk about a different concept for a moment. This picture depicts the evolution of the universe. And starting from Big Bang all the way till today, the time roughly is 13.8 billion years. And at the far edge, where we have modern galaxies, one of those galaxies is Milky Way, where you and I reside, and along with us is Daniel. Now, Daniel has a very particular personality, and we would like to discuss a few of the beliefs that Daniel carries. Now, if Daniel happens to come across this video of mine, he wouldn't say that this video came into existence out of eventuality, but rather believes that there was a creator with the intent or will to create it. But surprisingly, if we talk about TON 618, which is the largest black hole known to us till date, Daniel somehow believes that TON 618 and all the other heavenly objects came into existence out of eventuality. If I show Daniel a chair, he wouldn't say that the chair created itself, or the right set of conditions give rise to the chair to come into existence. Instead, he will believe that there was a creator, again with a will to create it. But somehow, when I speak of the world and every phenomena which exists on the world, whether they are hurricanes or intelligent life, Daniel once again somehow believes that they came into existence mere by coincidence. And this goes on. Now, Daniel is a bit of an intellectual himself, and he understands DNA. He understands the amount of information which is packaged within the DNA. But he believes that this was a result of evolution. If I talk about gravitational constant, which had it been higher or lower, the stars would have not formed, or the life could have not existed. Or if I talk about electromagnetic coupling constant, which had it been higher or lower, no molecules would have existed, which means this life form would not be possible. Daniel once again believes that this was a mere coincidence. And even if I build on top of it, and I talk about sublime or articulate concepts which mathematics or any branch of science till date does not fully comprehend. For example, conscious or emotions. And not only simple emotions. I'm talking about concepts like Hayat, which is the longing for a home which never was. Concepts like deja vu, which all of us have experienced. Apophenia, the ability to see patterns in unrelated things. Or even some fine-grained concepts like the overview effect, which is a phenomena reported by astronomers. When they look at the Earth, they have this feeling of awe and interconnectedness, something that they cannot explain. Daniel once again believes that this is a result of eventuality and there is no creator who created all of this. Now with this understanding in place, let's go back to our monkey. Now the monkey has produced Hamlet, and now he's typing constantly to produce the complete work of Shakespeare. But this time we are actually going to look at the time it would take for the monkey to come up with the complete work of Shakespeare. Now assuming that the monkey typed at a speed of 100 characters a minute, and assuming that the keyboard has only 34 possible characters, basic alphabets, space, and some punctuation marks, the time it will take for the monkey to come up with the complete work of Shakespeare is as follows. Now just to put into perspective, this number is so huge that if we take the age of the universe, which is 13.8 billion years, and we multiply it with the number, it would be so huge that it would require us 2000 pages just to write down that number. This is astronomically huge. But now with this number in front of us, we have an analogy to make. So on the left hand side, we have got our monkey who is intending to produce the complete work of Shakespeare in an infinite amount of time, as we just saw. On the right, we have got Daniel, who believes that everything into existence is a product of eventual circumstances. The intelligent life, the mathematical and physical constructs, all the heavenly bodies, everything that we experience, everything which we academically understand, and everything we are still exploring came into existence mere by coincidence, yet in a finite amount of time. Now picture this. If it would take a monkey an infinite amount of time to come up with the complete work of Shakespeare, which is articulate in its own, how is it possible that this fine-tuned universe, the articulate concept that it surrounds, the structures, and everything that it encompasses, it came into existence as a product of eventual circumstances, that too in a finite amount of time? I find this to be an extremely arrogant and egoistic position held by the atheist like Daniel, because clearly their empirical evidence and what they experience in the world suggest that nothing comes into existence without a creator and a will behind it. But I know that they would argue that our universe is not the only universe, and there are other universes where the laws of physics would be different. I'm talking about anthropic bubbles. For example, there would be universes where there is life, but it is not intelligent. There are universes where there is no light or no matter. There are universes where we have weak gravity, and thus the planets wouldn't form, or the ones with higher gravity. And they would argue that there are infinite number of such universes, and ours just happen to be one of them. And it is a mere coincidence that we exist within one of such universes where there is intelligent life, and there are immense or infinite number of such bubbles, just like there are infinite number of monkeys as per the Infinite Monkey Theorem. But I would argue the following aspects go against such a proposition. Number one, do they offer any mathematical proof or evidence of the existence of such anthropic bubbles or multiverses? And two, even if such multiverses do exist, the possibility of them residing in that universe where the laws of physics are in precise order goes even thinner than the number we discussed earlier. Now, as a Muslim, it is our belief that there is none but one creator, Allah, and everything that He created is with a purpose and an intent behind. And I find this particular verse of Quran to be a befitting reply to the atheist egoistic position. They follow nothing but conjecture, and conjecture can be no substitute for truth.